Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Day on Andrew Show.
Where we give our opinions about movies and TV that we've been watching lately. So, oh yeah, what are we talking about? And prequels. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I am doing all right. Did you have a good last couple weeks?
Yeah, it was good. Been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate. But my friends are taking breaks for holidays and stuff, so
Yeah, losers.
yeah, I don't want to, play the game without them or something. So
I mean, you could.
yeah, it's fine. It's funner to play with them anyway. So
I mean, yeah. I've been playing with Dad the Avatar game. It's all right. I mean, it's basically Far Cry. I mean, I wish it was like, I don't know, any other movie skin on a Far Cry game, because I'd probably be more interested. Because I think Avatar is just like lore. It's just like, I got it. Some word that I can't pronounce, and go grab this thing to make this thing, and whatever. I mean, it's, you progress your little guy, and yesterday we got to get the thingies to fly around on, and you get to like customize their color and name them and stuff. So that was cool. I mean, that's the most fun thing we've done so far. And also walking around in that game is kind of, I mean, it's cool because you're like free running around on Pandora, but then you're like, all right, I'm done with this. There's too much walking.
I've heard they can pretty much go anywhere too. Like the flying things can land just about anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like. And of course, they have like, floating rocks and stuff you can run around and fly around on and stuff. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's just, I feel like it's kind of cool and fun for a few minutes, and then you're like, yeah, okay, I've been playing it, so I got it. And there's just a lot of, it's like talk cutscene, and I'm like, I kind of skip most of them.
I mean, this pretty much Far Cry to me is what it sounds like.
I mean, I feel like the stories in Far Cry are more interesting, but also those are new stories or whatever. It's not just like, Avatar-ish stuff. And I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another like thing that would have been made it more interesting, but I don't know. Anyway, so playing that. So what did we miss? We talked about the Game Awards?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I mean, I don't know. Well, we didn't talk about GTA 6. The trailer came out. But we could talk about that in a few minutes. Did you see anything this week? Recently?
Yeah, so I've seen I watched the first season of Reacher.
Oh, because you wanted to catch up for the second season?
No, just needed something to watch. I do intend to watch the morning show at some point, but
I watched the third season of the morning show in 2 days. That's one of those. Well, I mean, it's one of those shows where you get like kind of hooked on the story, and then you just want to like. Mm-hmm. I mean, when it's all there. Yeah, mm-hmm. So the first season was about like the Me Too thing. The second season was about like COVID and stuff, and then this third season was just kind of about like the characters, and then some real life, like some of the big stories of the last year and a half or so after COVID. Like them overturning Roe v. Wade and uh like there was something else. Oh, I can't remember what the other one was, but so it was just like how some of them were dealing, but the main plot line was John Hamm plays like an eccentric billionaire guy, and and Corey's who's what's his name, Billy Crudup's character is trying to sell UBA to him, and then they're like, well, he's some tech giant, he doesn't care about media. He also kind of talks about how media is not great, like mainstream media is bad or whatever, so why are you selling it to him or whatever. um so that was the overall, but it was more about the characters, I feel like, this time, instead of like a main topic they were talking about. um but yeah, it was kind of that one. This one was more interesting because I felt like just about the characters. My only problem is Reese Witherspoon's brother character always shows up, and I always hate. It's like he can never do right, and he sucks as a person and screws up the story like every time. And then they did an episode when they're back in COVID, and that was the worst episode by far. Just for obvious reasons. Anyway, I think that's a pretty good season, though. I think it's better than the second season. The second season was pretty, rough until the end. And the end of the season, as always, it's just like crazy. A lot of things are happening, but it was like the last two episodes instead of one episode. But I thought it was good, and you're like, oh, what's going to happen next? I definitely will see another season. So I watched The Morning Show, season 3. Did you watch anything else?
I watched half of The Family Plan, which is the one where it's like Freaky Friday.
Oh no, Family Switch.
Oh, okay, no, okay, I see what it is. So I watched all of the Mark Wahlberg one.
Oh, okay.
And then the Switch one, I only watched half of.
You liked the Mark Wahlberg one?
Yeah, I felt like the first half of the Mark Wahlberg one was pretty good, and then like the end part was just really cringe and got really not great.
I don't know. I think I'm done with Mark Wahlberg unless he's in like some like really good Oscar movie or something. I don't know. He doesn't inspire confidence when I watch a movie with him. Like recently, it's just been kind of meh. No.
It's just like a Hallmark kind of goofy movie. It wasn't really. Definitely skippable for sure.
Yeah. And then the Family Switch, I guess you didn't love it that much because you only watched half of it.
Yeah, that one. I mean, you can already, it writes itself, right? All of just watching a old lady be in a young lady's body. Like, oh, I can do all these things now. And then the young person is like, how am I supposed to read in this body? Stuff like that.
I just think it's funny that Jennifer Gardner was in 13 going on 30, and then now she's in this one where she's like...
Yeah, they make a reference to that.
Nice. I mean, I don't think I was going to see either of those movies, so... But what would you... Okay, so you thought the Family Switch was fine. What would you... so that would be what, like a 5?
They're both 5s. They're both 5s.
Okay, well, that's good because I saw Dream Scenario. I think I would give it like a 5.5 because Nicolas Cage does a really good job, but they say it's a comedy, like categorize it as comedy is not a comedy. It's not funny. I mean, there's some humorous parts to it, but I wouldn't call it a comedy. It's where he's appearing in he's playing a regular guy who starts appearing in everyone's dreams or whatever, and he starts to
Yeah.
like it, and that's great. But then he's like, "But I'm not doing anything in the dreams." That's kind of weird. So once his mental state starts kind of getting worse, everyone's dreams start turning into nightmares. Um, so then he starts being vilified for being in everyone's nightmares, even though he's not done anything in real life. And then his like life just kind of turns to crap, and then the movie ends.
Huh.
Um, so
I
I
don't know. The premise of the movie just sounds really stupid to me.
no, I
But
thought that was interesting and could be funny, but then it wasn't really a comedy. It was a weird drama, surreal, weird movie. And I mean, he did a good job. And he was at his least Nicolas Cage e. Um, so I liked that. I mean, he's a pretty good actor. Like he's an Oscar-winning actor. So I mean, but I don't know. It was just they didn't sell it as what it actually was. I think. Um, yeah, I would get like a 5.5. Um, so last week we were gonna talk about The Boy and the Heron. So we both saw it. You saw it dubbed, correct?
yes, I did.
Okay. So we can get our like quick review on that. What'd you think of the Boy and the Heron?
I thought it was terribly boring. Um, I was straight up falling asleep. I don't know. Saw like a review give it like an 8 or a 9. I think it was IGN. I didn't watch the review, but there's just no way. Like, I was so bored during it. So, what about you?
Um, I mean, I it's funny because I started getting sleepy at the near the end just because the movie is so calm
Mm-hmm.
and um you know, it was like paintings with like moving images in front of it. Um and I actually in the beginning I was more intrigued about the story. I mean, I was in for most of the movie. I mean, but I think I was more interested when they were in the real world and just telling his story than when they go to the like whimsical um fantasy land. Uh I mean, I probably got off about when they got when with the parakeets, I guess. It was probably about the time I was starting to get a little sleepy. And I mean, the little grandmas and like the little white ball cute ball thingies. I mean, I was in for all of that. Um I mean, I know that it's not always for me, those movies. I know there's like deeper meanings or whatever, and I don't think that I don't think that anybody online right now is saying this is his best movie. I don't think anyone's saying that. I mean, but I've seen Spirited Away, which is the one that won the Oscar and stuff. Um, and it felt like Spirited Away, but like Spirited Away light. I don't know if you've seen that one or not. Um,
I saw a long time ago. I don't remember it.
the girl that goes into like the fantasy world or whatever, and um,
Mm,
but I mean, a lot of his is about that. They have the fantasy elements, most of them. I mean, I I don't know. It it was interesting because we saw Godzilla the week before, and then we saw this, and they were both just like that. Was Godzilla was like a live action anime, and this one was just an animated anime. So it's like it felt like two sides of the same coin of what anime is. It's like fantasy, nice pictures and colors, and there's messages, and then there's like the big monster, mech or whatever kind of thing. Um, I thought the movie was good. But yeah, I did get a little bored near the end, and I thought the ending was really fast and just like, okay, it's over.
The ending
Um,
was so dumb. The
um,
very end part, the spoiler, they get back from the fantasy land, and he's just like, 2 years after this, we went back to Tokyo or whatever they went back
yeah,
to, and that was
yeah,
the end of the movie. That was the
yeah,
last line.
yeah. It was kind of yeah. The ending was weird. I don't. I mean, so for me, I think it's about grief. With him losing his mom, uh, and then because at the beginning he doesn't believe she's gone, oh, she's still alive, let's go find her or whatever, and then at the end he's like, oh, she's gone, we can move on. I mean, that's what I took from it, but I don't know if that's what he thought or what if his meaning was or whatever, but that's what I took from it. I mean, I thought it was pretty good, but also these aren't always for me. I mean, the music was good. I think it looked really nice. I thought most of the characters were interesting. Um, I would give it like, I mean, like a 7.5.
Mm. Honestly, I have a lot more to say on this movie. There was a lot of things I didn't like, and I do agree it's beautifully animated. Um, and when there is music, the music is good, but I feel like a lot of these moments in the movie were just completely like silent, and I think that was done on purpose. But yeah, um, honestly, I thought it was a terrible movie. I would probably give this like a 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Um,
like I said, I feel like his movies aren't for everybody. And I feel like the people that really love it. And then they're like, I gotta pick out everything. Um, yeah. I I mean, yeah, I mean, I think I like it for the like artistic merit. I don't I don't think this like the story and stuff is really for me. Um,
I get that there's like a ton of like deeper meanings to everything, and like
yeah,
a lot of them have like special powers that probably allude to something.
yeah. I mean, once it gets to the more towards the end, it just gets really convoluted, and like the mom and the sister and the I don't know, they're in this like whatever delivery room, and there's things like there was so much stuff happening. So yeah, I mean, I understand. That's why I kind of fell off at the end. I mean, most of the people that I've talked to go went, oh, I don't know how I feel about it, or I'd have to watch it again, or some people were like, well, it's a vibe or whatever. I mean, it was a chill movie. I mean, if you want something really nice and light, you can turn that on and fall asleep. I mean, I understand why you might not like it, but I just thought this was a movie that will definitely can have a wide range of how people feel about it, and I think it would be more interesting to talk about. Honestly, I felt the same way about the dream scenario. I think some people could really like it, and some people wouldn't like it, like myself. So, um, okay, so Andrew would say skip it, I guess. On
Oh
that one,
yeah, I will not watch it again.
I
No.
would say, I would say if you like that kind of movie, if you like his movies, the Studio Ghibli movies,
Yeah, yeah, you'll
you probably
probably
would have
like it.
seen it.
Yeah,
You probably would have
yeah,
seen it at this point, but I would say see it in the theaters if you like those kind of movies or like anime, and then I would say stream it if you're just like kind of curious about it. Um, I mean, he has like 10 other movies that are probably better than this one. Um, so I've only seen a couple of them, and every time I watch one, I've never gone, man, I can't. I really should watch all the rest of them. I really don't. Um, but I'm glad I saw it dubbed. I know people are like, "Oh, subtitled is the way to go," whatever. But I'm glad I watched it dubbed, so I can actually, I don't know, take in all the imagery, that the nice animation that has been given to me. Because if I was reading subtitles, I wouldn't be looking at what
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
watching it the whole time. Um, and it looks amazing. And it'd probably get nominated for Oscars and stuff. I mean, I thought the score was pretty good. So anyway, so there's that. There's our little mini review there for that one. Cool. I mean, did you watch anything else?
Um, no, no.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into some trailers on the train here. We can talk about GTA 6 had their trailer, long-awaited trailer for another GTA game. 10 years since the last one came out, trailer or game. It was like almost 15 years for the last trailer for a GTA game. So what do you think?
Um, I mean, I think it's pretty overhyped. Not sure. I mean, I guess it's been 10 years, but honestly, I feel like the previous title has just gone crappier and crappier over time. Very microtransaction-y. So I'm not really excited at all. Um, and I don't really play them for the single player aspect.
Me either.
Um, so that's probably why I'm not as interested. But
Yeah.
seeing how they treated Red Dead, I'm like, I don't even understand how people are excited because they dumped that game in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they're not gonna dump GTA. That's their cash cow. So, I mean, there's a female protagonist for the first time. Whoop de doo. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's in Vice City, which is basically Miami, which is they're gonna do Florida and goofy Florida. It looks like. Um, so I mean, they're going from L.A. basically to Miami. That's not anywhere new. It's kind of lame, but I think it would be more interesting if they went somewhere else. But whatever. Um, I mean, I'm gonna probably play the game. I mean, at this point, they've milked that fifth game for so long. I don't know what's going to be so good about it. I mean, it'll be updated graphics, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It was just a little trailer for the story. Basically, it wasn't even like a play trailer or anything. So, I don't know. We'll see. A game I am interested in though is the trailer for Blade, coming out in like 2025. There wasn't much to it. It was just like, here's Blade, and we're making it, and a trailer. But it's the people who make Dishonored, and what's the other game that they made? Deathloop.
they made what?
Deathloop, is that it?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That studio that's under Bethesda, Arcane. So that's cool. So basically a Bethesda Blade game, so I'll play that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not very stealthy, but I don't. Has Blade really been stealth before? I mean, he's not usually stealthy. He's usually just come in and hack people up. So
I mean, I would expect it to be kind of like Dishonored in the fact that you can do either, and you just pick your perks to whatever, however you want to play.
yeah, yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I wonder if it'll tie into the movie at all. You know, because if that movie ever
You know,
happens, of course, if that ever happens, of course, I don't know if that movie's ever going to actually come. Even though I would watch it. I like Blade. Blade's probably one of my favorite characters. I mean, um,
hey, at least Blade got scheduled a movie. I never hear anything on Gambit, so
I'm maybe he'll be a cameo in Deadpool 3 with about every other person that ever existed. Apparently,
yeah.
we never talked about it, but there, like Ryan Reynolds was talking about people leaking stuff from Deadpool, and then he put out like fake pictures of like different characters on the set, and it was like the Predator or whatever, and like
No,
yeah, it was like
other people.
photoshopped into the apparently they're only in one little desert like area. They like all these pictures are like just the same place, um but it's pretty funny. It's like goofy. He just trolling them. Well, because he was like, "Hey, you should stop leaking things so people can, I don't know, enjoy the movie." I mean, stop doing the spoilers. But so I thought that was pretty funny. But I got sidetracked on that. All right. Okay, so that's the games because there were some games from the Video Game Award trailers that came out. So, and then GTA was a separate thing. So which is there a movie that you were interested in you wanted to talk about trailer wise?
No, not really.
All right. So I'll just pick one then. Let's talk about the Beverly Hills Cop sequel, Axel F, which is like the fourth one. Have you seen any of the other Beverly Hills Cop movies?
I think I've seen the first one.
Yeah, I think I've seen all of them. I definitely have seen the first one. I mean, I like the first one, and they pretty much brought everyone back from the first one. But I mean, I don't know. Most of his movies have not been that great recently. I mean, Coming to America was pretty bad. So, I mean, this is on Netflix, but that doesn't mean doesn't mean quality.
It looks bad. The trailer looks bad to me.
It doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look like great either. I mean,
it looks like a pretty average movie.
I would assume it would be a pretty average movie. 60-year-old Eddie Murphy. Apparently, they had shot a pilot for a Beverly Hills Cop show with Eddie Murphy was like the captain, like the police captain or whatever. And apparently nobody wanted it. And they're like, it's so bad, we're hiding it forever. Like no one will see this. So so then they made this movie instead. So yeah. I mean, I'll probably watch it. I don't even remember when it was coming out. Did it even say? I think it was like coming soon or.
I would say if it even has a chance, it would have to be January or February.
Oh, really? It was like a Netflix movie. I think it was going to be on Netflix. Maybe it was summer or something. I can't remember. Anyway, all right. So not much interest here. The Mr. and Mrs. Smith trailer. So this is a remake here.
Yeah.
With Donald Glover.
Another one that looks bad to me.
I thought it looked pretty interesting, actually. I was intrigued. I mean, I like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But the only reason anyone was interested in the first Mr. and Mrs. Smith is because Brad Pitt was dating what's her name, Jennifer Aniston, and then they were maybe having an affair or whatever with uh what's her name, Angelina Jolie, and that's why that movie and anybody cared about that movie, and then they got married and stuff. But I mean, I don't I don't know if the chemistry's going to be there with our two stars in this one. uh yeah,
Didn't look like it to me.
I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. um I'll probably watch it. I don't know.
I mean, I might try it, but I don't.
I
It
like
looks like a stinker to me.
I mean, I like spy and agent stuff. I'll watch pretty much any of it, but that's just me. All right, cool. Let's talk about If, or IF, If, I don't know. The Imaginary Friends movie. So we got good old Jim there, John Krasinski's next movie after the Quiet Place movies. Um, you know, his wife's in there again, but she's a voice this time. So then I'll probably be cool with it. You got Ryan Reynolds is in this, and there's a girl that she can see people's imaginary friends that were like discarded, I guess, to find new children for them, I guess, to haunt. It looks like, because they look creepy. Most of them are weird. I don't know. What'd you
Yeah,
think of this trailer?
just looks like another Ryan Reynolds movie that he's gonna have to carry on his back. That's what it looked like to me.
I mean, it's pretty star-studded cast here, but it looks like Ryan Reynolds is the only one that actually is human, not a voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I'm kind of disappointed because there's Steve Carell and John Krasinski, but they're going to be voices, so it's not like they're going to be together, from The Office. But so that's kind of a bummer. But I don't know. I like John Krasinski. I mean, from what I understand, A Quiet Place is good movies. So didn't
I've
watch them.
seen them both, and yeah, I think they're like solid seven. But
I
yeah,
mean,
seven. I don't think I go to eight, but
I like whimsical crap, so I'll probably enjoy it. I mean, I don't know if it was a holiday movie or not. I didn't really pay attention to that, but I mean, I laughed a couple times in the trailer. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. Um, uh, Ryan Reynolds thing hasn't worn off on me yet. So we'll see.
it looks a little too kiddie. And that other one that he was in with Gamora was very all right as well. I'm
Adam
blanking.
Project. I watched half of
Yeah,
it and then I stopped watching. I mean, I never went
yeah.
back. I mean, it's there. But I don't know. I don't have Netflix anymore either. But I mean, yeah. But also, Red Notice wasn't very good. Um, I don't know. I like Spirited last year. Spirited's a good movie. Um, I mean, Deadpool. I mean, there's other stuff.
I'm just saying this looks very Adam Project-y to me, and I had more
Well, yeah,
interest
because
in the
it's
story,
more like
and
for
I didn't like that one.
younger people. I understand why you're saying that. I
Yeah,
mean, just because it's for kids doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be not good. But we'll see. I mean, I don't think that Adam Project movie was a bad movie. I just stopped watching it, and then it had been so long. I was like, why would I? I mean, why would I go
I
back?
get it. It didn't hold your interest, and I'm sure this one will do the same.
Um, well, I'll probably see this in the theater. So I think this is a theater movie. So Anyway,
Oh,
talking about things for kids that doesn't necessarily means going to be bad. Is Kung Fu Panda 4? What do you think of this trailer?
uh, I mean, they're putting all the villains into one body. Pretty cliche kids movie thing for like the fourth film or something like that. And then you got Aquafina as some animal character. So that's
Yeah,
minus points for me already.
I don't know why. Just because she has a distinct voice, I guess you must put her in. And also because she's Asian, I guess it's the reason
I
why
guess.
she's. But it's like, oh god, and then you're not gonna have the rest of. It didn't look like they had the other the Furious Five. They're not. I don't even think they're in this. I don't know where they are.
I didn't
Um,
see him.
I mean, why are you getting rid of all these other people just so you can shove Aquafina in there for some reason? I mean, God, I'm like, I saw this movie Quiz Lady with her, and it wasn't that bad. And she's like a decent actor, but I don't know why. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I think, I don't know. I don't know. Because they're bringing, like, there's this villain that can basically bring back the other villains from the other movies, which is cool, like Ian McShane. And that's by far the best villain of the three movies. I mean, I don't think anybody cares about the other two movies really at all. But like, why would you not have the other people from the other movies? I don't understand. It's just why you're gonna do away with all the other people from the series just so you can bring shove Aquafina in it. It's weird to me. But I mean, going to a new place, fine. But I don't, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I like Kung Fu Panda. I mean, I think they're pretty decent. All the movies. The first one is actually a very good kids movie. Very good movie. Um, I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's a good movie. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but um, yeah, not the. I don't think that would be the direction I would have taken it, but that's just me. Maybe they just wanted to get a new audience, I guess, but it doesn't make sense because you're bringing back old stuff. I don't know. Whatever. Um. Okay, so today there was a leak, or maybe it was from last night. But there was a leak. Insomniac, the game studio. There was a leak of footage of some gameplay, early gameplay of the Wolverine game. So apparently, because Spider-Man did so well, these are the people who make Spider-Man that they're making just like every superhero, Marvel superhero game. I mean,
Well,
um,
they got the Wolverine rights or whatever a while ago. This has been announced for quite a while, yeah.
yeah. So Venom game. These are all things in the leak. Venom game, Wolverine game, Spider-Man 3, Ratchet and Clank, and an X-Men game.
Well, I
2025,
mean, Venom makes sense because
2026,
it's part of
2028.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean they're all 20. And the X-Men game was for 2030. Like that's crazy. Um,
Yeah, they should just move that up right after Wolverine and forget Ratchet and Clank. But yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I just think that's a lot of games. There, I mean, are they even that big of a studio that they can make that many games that quickly? Um, I mean, and those are big. Like most of those are properties that people. All of those are properties that people know. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, the Ratchet and Clank games are usually only like 20 hours long. Um, and even Spider-Man doesn't have that much length to it either. But
I
Um,
know, but the people really like the quality of those games, and I feel like that those might be in trouble if they're just like Marvel's like, you made a good game, please make more good games, and then shove everything down their
I mean,
throat.
the studio has the say on what they'll take and what not. I would assume they're probably expanding them and then they're taking on more projects.
I would
But
assume so. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely Spider-Man has been a crazy hit for Sony. So,
I mean, as long as it's not just freaking Sony, like I can play some of these games, that's cool. I mean,
oh no, it's all going to be Wolverine's only going to be on PlayStation.
oh, okay. Well, then I don't care, and they can suck a dick. I hope they go under because they can't handle it. Um,
Okay.
boo. All right. Speaking of video game stuff, Twisted Metal season 2. Are you very excited?
Is
I
that
get the
is
car
that the
one,
one?
Anthony Mackie.
Oh yeah, that was so bad. How did that get a season 2?
Season 2, baby. Great show. Great show. I that was just more kind of, I mean, we don't really have to talk about it that much. I just thought that was crazy. I saw that. It's like, who watched that and was like, this is a good show. Make more. Uh, we only watched one episode, to be fair. Maybe it gets real better, but I doubt it.
I doubt it.
All right. Um, I'll take a pause. There's another story. I'll tell you. We can talk about that last before we get into the old movie here. All right. So Universal has picked up Olivia Wilde's next directorial feature called Naughty, which will she's going to direct it, and not sure who's going to be the main, like the lead in this movie yet, but it's about a mother who's the only way she can secure custody of her kid it is to find Santa Claus to testify for her in her divorce hearing.
Oh boy.
That's such a weird concept. But that's Christmas for next Christmas. So
Can't wait.
get your calendar ready to write that down. I don't know. Olivia Wilde, she had that with that one movie with Harry Styles or whatever, where she started like dating him, and then like, and what's his name, Jason Sudeikis, like served her divorce papers or whatever, and that was a whole problem. And I don't know.
I did not know any of this, to be honest.
Yeah,
So.
that's what happened with her last movie. So it was kind of awkward and weird, and she kind of, people didn't have like the best view of her. And I mean, yeah. And now her next one is about like having like the movie's about a lady that has a bad ex or whatever, and in the divorce hearing and stuff. Just kind of interesting how that works. And then there's gonna be like a Christmas movie, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Just thought that was kind of interesting. Just the storyline and the real story. All right. George Clooney and Adam Sandler are going to star in the next movie from Noah Baumbach. Noah Baumbach, he did Marriage Story with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. And he most recently co-wrote and produced Barbie with his wife, Greta Gerwig. I've seen all the one of the things during COVID I saw watch every movie Noah Baumbach made in the last 20 years. And his movies are usually pretty small in scale and just, family dynamics and whatever. You know, partners, couples or like actual family. I think most of his movies are pretty good. And they usually have good actors in them. Adam Sandler's been in a couple of his movies. But George Clooney's a new one. We don't know what the story is yet, but both of the Adam Sandler and George Clooney will be starring in the movie. I mean, I'm interested in this. I wonder what dynamic Adam Sandler and George Clooney would have. I mean, I don't think they would play brothers or something.
Yeah. Adam Sandler would just be like making jokes about how handsome he is.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Sandler's both of them are good actors. Both of them are charismatic. So I'll watch it. And I've seen all of the Noah Baumbach movies, even though his last movie, White Noise, is one of those movies where you either love it or you hated it. And I did not like that movie. It was just so annoying and boring. And it was also it's based on a book. I don't know. It was just like, I'm Smart movie or whatever. And it's like, okay. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'll probably check it out. I don't know when it's scheduled to come out or anything, but it's just who he's casted in it. This one seems kind of interesting to me. So Justin Lin, he directed a couple Fast and the Furious movies. He made something else too. Anyway, he is directing a movie for Apple called Two for the Money, with Daniel Craig and Charlize Theron are the leads. And they're both playing career thieves whose relationship spans the course of 3 big jobs. So you got Furiosa and the Atomic Blonde there, and James Bond being thieves here. I mean, Apple's been making some good stuff, except for Ghosted. But, I mean, I like both of those actors. I mean, and, Justin Lin, I mean, he can do action, but I don't know about the rest of it.
True.
I'm trying to think of the other things he's done other than Fast and the Furious. Oh, he did the 3rd Star Trek movie, the one with Chris Pine. Was that any good? I don't know.
They're all pretty like 6 7s.
Yeah, well, he directed Fast and the Furious 4, 5, 6, and 9. So, I mean, Fast 5 was good. I don't know. I mean, there's good parts of this. I think this could be a good movie. I'll definitely check it out based on who's in it. So we'll see. Speaking of other kind of people teaming up to do action movies, Warner Brothers won a bidding war for a Ryan Reynolds, Channing Tatum heist movie called Calamity Hustle. It's coming from the people that wrote The Lost City, which of course had Channing Tatum in it. So that makes me a little dubious.
That movie was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, I don't know if I'd say bad, but it wasn't the best movie. But
No, that movie was bad. I'll say it.
okay, well, the two of them are playing brothers, and they're I think Ryan Reynolds plays the more together brother, I think, and then he has to like help his other brother playing by Channing Tatum. I think that's how that goes. But I mean, it was a high price bidding war apparently. But Warner Brothers needs, I think, hits because they aren't doing that well. So,
Yep.
I don't know. I like heist movies. We'll see.
No, I
But
think the idea for the movie is good. I like Channing Tatum and Ryan Reynolds, so sounds good.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. Um, I'm gonna look up if these guys made anything else other than that movie that wasn't great. I mean, no, doesn't look like it. Some small time things, and then they made that movie. So we'll see. Maybe it was just a, first try. Maybe they'll get it on the next one.
I can only
All
hope.
right. So the last story here. Jonathan Majors was found guilty and immediately dropped from Marvel. So there's even been videos that have come out and that were leaked and stuff of the incident and everything. But so yeah, he was found guilty and then Marvel dropped him immediately. So we'll see what happens now, if they're going to recast or whatever. But long waited here. I mean, this stuff came out about him in March when Creed was out. So,
Yeah.
and then it finally got some resolution here in December. So he's definitely done. So we'll see if they just pivot away from Kang or they'll recast him. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. They were pretty deep into it, but I think with the end of Loki, they could probably just pivot away from him. So we'll see. But that's a big deal. I mean, for him and obviously for Marvel in general. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, let's get into the movie of the week, I think.
All righty.
All right. It's a bit of a longer one because we're, busy. Busy. Coming up on the holidays here. Probably next time we're on the podcast here, it'll be past Christmas, most likely. Or maybe, we'll see. So I mean, if there was gonna be a movie to see with the family on the holidays, I think it would be this one, which is Wonka. I mean, I think anybody in the family can enjoy this movie. What'd you think, Andrew?
Ultimately, I was a little disappointed in the movie.
Why is that?
Well, it's basically just a really long musical. I found to be way too many songs.
Well, what's funny about that is I don't think it's that much of a musical. I don't think there's really that many songs.
There should have been like 3 songs.
If you look at the soundtrack, it's not even that many songs, and the songs are like 2 minutes long. They're actually like short. and not that many.
Like all the songs were lame except the one that's from the original one.
Yeah,
And so all of them felt long because I didn't like any of them, I guess.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay. I mean, I think there's like four songs, new songs.
I think there's more than four.
Okay.
I know I made like a list. I know I had at least three on the list where like these were bad songs. The Scrub. I wish I could
Scrub,
scrub from
Scrub.
my mind.
Great song.
Um, there was one where the little girl sings by herself. Pass.
Okay.
And I also have Sweet Tooth on here, and I don't even remember how it went.
As the bad guy songs, I think.
Oh yeah, that one was not good. Um,
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Stop
so yeah.
touching your phone there.
Oh, I had to look at my notes.
I mean, there's like four or five songs. I mean, the songs, like I said, are not that long. They're actually pretty short. I mean, I thought some of them were pretty good. I think the one where they open the shop or whatever, I thought that one was a decent song. Kind of Beatle-ish song, like kind of happy, hippie sunshine music. Uh, I mean, yeah, the Pure Imagination and the Oompa Loompa song. Those are two songs. Um, and they're, I mean, okay. So you thought it was long, and there's too many songs in a musical. Okay, what else?
No, I didn't think the movie was too long or the songs were too long. I just thought there was too many songs.
Okay, you said it was long. That's what you said, but that's fine. Um, okay, so
I mean, so there was that, and then like they're just kind of doing like quote on, I guess like side quest things where they're like, we got to go get giraffe milk and whatever. And I was like, does this really need to be in the movie? And a
I
lot
mean,
of it is like him being magic and stuff, and then sometimes he's not magic for some reason. And I don't know.
have you seen the
I didn't.
Paddington movies?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I feel like I mean, most of the both of those movies have like a lot of, you're just. I think these movies you have I mean, the ones that he makes, you have to be just kind of along for the ride. Um, I mean, I thought this movie was, pretty charming. I mean, I like the Paddington movies. It's just they're happy. There's not really a lot of cynicism to it. I think anyone could enjoy it. Um, I mean, this is pretty much right up my alley. I mean, I like Willy Wonka. I don't like the crappy one with Johnny Depp, but I like musicals. The guy who makes it's good. I thought Timothy Chalamet. I like Timothy Chalamet. I like Olivia Colman, and I thought it was funny. I mean, there wasn't a lot for me not to like in this movie. I think. It. I don't think it was as strong as the Paddington movies. I think Paddington movies are better. But I didn't write enough. I didn't write anything down. So, what are so you thought there was too many songs? Was there anything else that you didn't like? You just didn't. I mean,
the side quests, I felt like
yeah,
they just kind of did things that like who cares about. I think I'm just more of a fan of like the original story of getting the golden tickets and going through the whole
yeah. The book.
seeing the Wonka's place and stuff.
Yeah, the factory. Yeah.
But I mean, I knew going in that it wasn't going to be that. But a lot of the jokes were just repeated jokes throughout the entire movie. Like, we get it. You're paying people off with chocolate, which is already stupid. And then he's getting fatter because he's eating the chocolate. Ha ha.
Gosh, such a cynical guy, Andrew.
And then the villain is like, oh, I must explain everything that you just said because it's funny. Ha ha. That means we're going to kill you.
Okay.
Ha ha ha. Just like, I get that this is a kid's movie, and I'm sure kids will love this movie. It just did nothing for me. I wanted a lot more out of it, and I didn't feel like I got it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess you just don't like that. You know, what can I do? What can you do about that? I mean, I thought it was funny, but I don't know, maybe that stuff works for me. I mean, most of this movie worked for me. I think the songs weren't as strong as they should have been, but also I just think that like Pure Imagination is just like a song that's been around for so long, and it's like kind of just like an iconic song now. Like the original Willy Wonka is like 50 years old, so
I agree. They were never gonna be able to top the original, right?
Yeah, they're on an uphill battle, but I think they did a pretty good job. I mean, I'll watch more that he does. Also something that was weak for me was I think I like Timothée Chalamet. I think that he did a pretty decent job. I don't think he really fits the super wacky stuff as much. Like the thing in the trailer, he's like, listen down and whatever. I don't know. I don't remember I don't think that really fits him, but the earnest, just happy-go-lucky kind of thing, I think he did that well. But just like the kind of whimsicalness stuff what didn't always fit him, but I think he did a pretty good job. And he's not a singer. That's pretty clear. I mean, it was all kind of one note-ish kind of singing, because he's not a singer, and he sings a lot. So, I mean, he didn't do a bad job, but he wasn't like a great singer or anything. I mean, if there was more people in this movie that could like really sing, I think that would be a different story. I mean, like The Greatest Showman, where you have like Hugh Jackman and stuff who can like really sing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't see why they made it a musical if they didn't have any singers in it.
Because I think they wanted to make a musical because the original one is a musical, Willy Wonka.
Yeah, they wanted a musical, and they wanted to advertise that it basically wasn't a musical.
I mean, I just think that I think they did a really good job of paying homage to the original movie. I mean, quite a bit in this movie. Which, I mean, we could talk more in like spoilers, but there's quite a bit of tips of the hat to that, literally and physically.
That's fine. That's fine. That doesn't give points on making your movie better or anything.
I don't know. I thought that they did a really good job of paying respect to that original movie and then doing their own thing. I think the movie was funny. For me, I thought it was funny, and there was a lot of good, fun stuff, and like all the design elements were good, like the little chocolates and the production design and the costumes, and everybody was distinct looking, and I thought all the little characters were fun, and you liked the characters. I mean, I think anybody could enjoy it. I think old ladies and young kids could enjoy this movie. I mean, there wasn't a lot to not like about the movie for me. It was just some of the singing, some of, people singing, and some of the, I mean, if you're not down with goofy, Rowan Atkinson's in it doing his goofy stuff and Keegan-Michael Key getting fatter. If you don't think that's funny, then you're just not going to be on the top top of the world about this movie.
It's just like run in the mill, like kid comedy stuff. I don't.
Now, favorite part of the movie, Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. I mean, still funny to me.
He was like barely in it. He didn't show up till like the third act.
I mean, I cried, laughed when I thought he was hilarious. I don't know why it works for me so well. It just, man, it hits me. I think it's hilarious.
The one scene he was in really was in the trailer, and then he's in it at like the very end. I don't know. It doesn't really do anything for me.
I thought it was funny, but I guess that's just me. That was funny to me. And then the little doing the songs to, tell the story, his little stories, just like they do in the original one. I thought it was good. I thought it was funny. I wish there was more of him. I think, he wasn't in it that much. Most of the stuff that he was there for was in the trailer. But I mean, him like doing his little glider for some reason. I thought that, I don't know, this stuff works for me. I mean, the visual, there's a lot of visual stuff that Paul King, the director, does with her talking about what she was dreaming of, and then you see the little sketches of the drawings and stuff. And I mean, some backstories of some of the characters, I liked all of that, and we can talk about that in spoilers quickly here in a second. But I thought that hit well, and I don't know, I just found it charming. I thought the movie was good. I'm at like an 8.
Yeah. I mean, I can see how people can like it, but I'm at like a 6.
Oh, okay. Well, musicals for you are hit or miss, I think. I mean, like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you're gonna be like, eh. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I would see it in the theater. I think this is a good holiday movie, and you can bring literally the entire family to it. I think this is good, and you'll enjoy it. I don't think anyone's going to come out and be like, God, I hated that. Why do we have to see that? So I would see it in the theater, just to get it looks really nice, and the music and everything. So yeah, what about you?
I think you're right. I think it's a good family movie. There's not really much to compete against it in that department.
Yeah,
right now.
To see in the theaters.
Yeah, to see in the theaters for a family movie. Other than like Wish, and definitely pass on Wish. So
I don't even think it's gonna make it. I think it's gonna be pushed out by all the. I mean, there's like in 3 days, the 22nd and the 25th. There's like 7 movies coming out. I feel like there's nowhere to go. I mean, and then Wonka is still gonna be there. So I don't think anything is. I think it's gonna be all new movies for Christmas, pretty much. So
yeah.
And this is definitely the one that I think anybody can enjoy. So I'd recommend it. I think I'd highly recommend it. I thought this movie was pretty good, pretty much all around. There was only a few detractors for me, but also this movie was kind of made for me. So, I mean, when they first announced it, I was excited, and I like Timothée Chalamet.
I was excited to see this movie. I went and stopped and got some candy for the movie.
Nice.
Because, I mean, I like Willy Wonka. Yep. I just felt like there was not enough story there for me.
Yeah.
Too much singing, and All the side characters were like, please stop. Let me just watch Willy Wonka do some magic or something. And it just never really got there for me. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So we didn't even get into spoilers at all. So his backstory with his mom, that worked for me. I mean, and then the little chocolate bar at the end, that got me. I don't know, but that's just
It worked for Laura, and I was like, I don't know, like that's the secret. There is no secret. You just share it with somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not about the thing. It's about, that's what kind of like also the holidays. It's like, it's not about the presents, whatever. It's about hanging out with the family, the people who you care about. That's the point.
Yeah. I don't know.
With love, it's with love, Andrew. Andrew, just
I get what they're going
cold-hearted person, Andrew. What can you say?
I get what they're going for. It just the motivation, fine, whatever. I feel, who cares about the motivation, honestly? If you want to just be like, oh, it's magic, and then it's not magic, and then, oh, you're just supposed to buy it because you're supposed to buy it. I don't know. I can never get in that mindset for any movie, but if there was a movie I was going to buy into, it would have been this one, but it didn't work for me.
And then her noodle relate, her coming, she was orphaned, but she wasn't, her mom was around or whatever. And then
we're in the spoilers now, right?
Yeah, obviously.
They literally toss her down that brick.
The chute
as a baby. Yeah, down the chute. Like, she probably would have died.
She landed on soft whatever was down on
they
linens
showed
or something
down earlier, and he kind of like slides down it. So if a baby went in there, it would be like rolling down the brick.
No, it just fell very lightly onto some.
Onto some. You can't show the tunnel that it goes down and then expect me to not know how the tunnel works.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Anyway, she wanted to live in a house of books, and then the mom lives in a library. Can't write it better than that, Ish.
Yep.
I don't know. I thought it was sweet and charming. I thought it was a good movie. So yeah. I mean, we'll be back next week, right after Christmas, I think, unless we record earlier and put it out for Christmas or something. But we'll be back with our non-Christmassy movie, Aquaman 2, which I am so excited to see. Man, oh man, I cannot wait.
Yeah. I'll probably watch Rebel Moon and give you my thoughts on that one.
All right. Well, cool. Andrew wants to see 2 bad movies.
Yeah. Oh, I already watched the third one this week, so.
I guess you watched The Family Plan or something. I'm sure that wasn't good. So, and The Family Switch. Oh, that's 4 movies. There you go. All right. I didn't see the greatest of movies. I thought this movie was good. So, all right. Well,
yeah.
If we don't see you guys until next week, after the holidays, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and everything. I might not even talk to you before the holidays. So,
yeah,
maybe.
True.
We'll see. Probably will talk to you for Christmas and stuff. But yeah. All right.
Well, we will see you guys on the next one.
See you later.